Hey guys, Rob Skiba here for another Seed behind the scenes video presentation. In this particular one, we interview Morne Marais, and I show you what it's like to collaborate on sound design. Okay, here we go. Tell us a little bit about what's going on right here behind us here. What do you got?
Well, at the moment it's just a bunch of stuff that we've created to get the feel of what the film will be like, mostly for the actors to know what's going to go on and how they need to react and those type of things. So at the moment I'm just running a bunch of ambient tracks and the sound design. There hasn't been much Foley done because the Foley I will only do when I see the picture, all the finer details. So mostly it's just the like gunshots, the airplanes,
Rattles and
rattles,
stuff.
footsteps, like for the monster and stuff. Yeah.
And so what are we using here? Is it Pro Tools?
Yeah, this, we're working in Pro Tools HD. Latest version is 2019. That's really the
So before getting involved getting involved in this project, I'd never really heard of Atmos before. I was, of course, familiar with surround sound,
Yes.
5.1. But tell us a little bit about Atmos and what are the capabilities, what can you do, how does it differ from...
So in layman's terms, it's basically imagine you are in a dome and you can have any type of sound coming from any place, like a real world, almost.
Up, down, all around, instead of just left and right.
Yeah,
and
you've
rear.
got a whole half circle around you and you can do whatever you want.
And so this is a setup for doing Atmos.
Yes, we are doing everything in Atmos.
That is fantastic. So it's not just front, rear, left, and right.
No.
We can go over and under
Everywhere.
and
And
every
for this
direction.
specific film, I think it's ideal because of all the action, the airplanes,
Yeah.
stuff that's happening around you to make the viewer know and feel where stuff is coming from.
So do you have to have an Atmos-equipped home or sound system in order to experience that, or is
If you want to watch something like this at home, I mean, these days they do sell home theater systems that's Atmos or Atmos ready. I wouldn't say it's exactly Atmos. It's more like, because you need the top speakers to get the panning from the roof. But with software, and it's very clever people out there, there's technology that makes the sound feel like it's coming from above. But it's actually using maybe speakers on the side. But with phase reversing and stuff like that,
They
it makes
can
the feel like it's
simulate
coming from
it.
above. Yeah.
That's awesome. So I sent you a previs.
Mhm.
You got that, and Edward started working on music. What's your relationship? How is sound design working with the music and
Okay,
the visuals?
Yeah, well, I'm more focused on the sound effects, of course, but Edward and we have discussed, and we're actually very excited to get going with this. We're going to try and see if we can create almost like the music and the sound design is going to marry. And in some cases, we want to try new experiments where the sound actually morphs into the music and the music morphs into the sound, especially on high points of the film, like where the crash happens. Like the airplane sound, we're going to morph that maybe into the bass line. So the airplane will come, and as it comes past with percussion, and then it's like the bass of the music that actually goes past, and then it goes back to the airplane. So everything, the sound design, in that way, we have to design that it's on the same key and same notes than what the music is, which is not tricky, but I mean, it's a little bit more fine-tuning with the ear from the sound design, because you don't get to press notes on a keyboard with sound effects, you know.
Right.
So we have to create them that say on the same.
Yeah. So how much of this are you creating from scratch, or are you using different libraries, or a little bit of both? And
So I am one of those guys, I like to create my own stuff. So a lot of these things I've created, the only things that I can now tell is from a library is I bought a library of the airplanes that's used. So it's the real airplane.
it's the actual sound of
That's
an Avenger airplane.
That's the actual airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
The monster sounds, I can't wait to start with, actually, because I bought software that actually creates sounds, but with your own voice.
Yeah.
And
So we're talking about the sound of the bullets hitting the airplane, and I showed you a clip from
Yes.
something called Dogfights on
Yes.
Amazon. And it was an actual pilot talking about what it sounds like. He said it sounds like somebody just taking a pile of rocks and throwing them on the roof of a tin shed.
Yes.
And you hear but you automatically said, "Hey, I got an idea. So what are your thoughts on recreating that?
All I can say is my neighbors aren't going to like me. I'm going to climb up on my roof.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a stick and
start, because you got like a corrugated.
Yeah, it's that exact same sound. The one, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, you know who Ben Burt is, the sound designer, Ben Burt?
Yes.
Yeah, from Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, as kids, we all watched the making of Star Wars, and he was talking about the sounds of the laser beams, was the taking a wrench to the guy wires on every one of us, immediately we went outside, we're like, pew, 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 pew. We're all,
that's true.
Pew, pew, pew.
See, that's the fun part. You don't have to create everything in a perfectly acoustic stereo.
Yeah.
A lot of the things that I record was done on my driveway or even in my house. Yeah. Like I go home because I've watched everything and I'm like, okay, these are a few things, and I create it, especially with louder sounds. I mean, you can quickly eliminate a lot of the background noises, but with stuff like Foley, you know, those things I would recommend doing in a proper Foley stage, which we're going to do afterwards.
So the scenes that where we're in the radio compartment and it's got these kind of rattling sounds in there, were you in your garage doing that or something? Or do you have a...
Actually, no, I hang... This is funny. Not all of the sounds, but this is a funny one. I recently was blessed with a little boy, and we've got this...
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we've got this... thing that you call, they do tummy time, and it's the thing that you hang toys on. So I hanged a few things on that, and I just rattled that.
The baby crib.
Exactly. And the other one is
sound of the radio compartment is a baby crib.
And the other one is where all the pots and pans was.
Okay.
I'll just
rattling
rattle stuff. Yeah. And my car. Put the mic underneath the car and I rattle the car.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, so it's a bunch of stuff like that. There's one sound that I've taken from a library, which was a tank driving. So it's not even an airplane; it's a tank.
So it's something used. Well, why not, right?
Yeah.
So in our early conversation, and forgive me, I didn't get exactly what you were asking me, but you were asking, do you want it to be realistic or can we get a little more creative? And I was like, I want it as realistic as possible. But you were thinking something different in that sense. So why don't you talk about that? The difference between actual realistic sound and creative license making something sound cool that may not necessarily be organic.
Yeah, I think that we possibly got lost in translation because, as you know, my English isn't that great.
I think I was just too excited and wasn't really paying attention to the question. I got it afterwards. Like I listened to it after. I'm like, oh, that's what he was asking. All right.
But yeah, the short of the long story is basically where the airplane comes down and it's going to crash now.
Yeah.
Just before it hits the water, you hear like I call it transformer sounds.
There you go. That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Exactly. I love to create stuff like that, and I just threw it out there, and luckily it's something that you like. So it's not like I went super realistic, because otherwise it just would have been...
kind of like the sample I sent you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was basically various crashing sounds. Just kind of put together.
Yeah, because we want to make a film. We want people to be entertained.
Yeah.
So I guess it's always
it's got that sound of like an engine going underwater.
Yeah, that as well. Yes.
But then, of course, when we finally see the actual animation, and very excited about what the guys are doing over at the other studio with the CGI and the creation of the models and stuff. So I think we're all going to be really excited to see it all finally manifested on the screen as visuals. That we can really get in there and fine tune it. But if this is just the rough draft, I mean, this is just a rough first draft based on cartoon visuals. It's good. And what's really cool I'll just say what's really exciting to me is I don't like to be micromanaged myself, and so I don't like to micromanage, especially creative types. I'd rather just let them go. But with both you and Edward, you had no real direction from me. I just said, hey, listen to Aero music and let's make it sound cool. And both of you guys came out with amazing first run drafts.
Yeah.
you know.
And it's actually funny how I've created something for you, and then afterwards you send me a mail that you wanted, but you actually haven't heard.
Yeah, that part, I was like, hey, when we get to this part, I think it'd be cool if you did this. What I didn't realize is that he'd already done it. There was a folder in our Dropbox that was November 29th update, and I hadn't listened to that yet. And all the instructions I had just given you, I was like, whoa, what's this? So I listened to it like, he did everything. He had already done everything I wanted, so. Yeah, real excited about it.
Just shows you we are on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going to take this project to the next level. All right, are you ready to roll this?
Yeah, I think so. You rolling?
Yeah.
All right. This is just the sound effects without the music.
Yeah, this is how they destroyed Alderaan. It was a Grass Valley switcher.
Yeah.
In reality.
Here we go. Why doesn't it go up?
So that's an actual Avenger sound there.
Yeah.
This data gets into the wrong hands, it'll all be for nothing. I know. Hang on, when we bring us over deeper water, you know what to do. On it.
See, it looks like it's hanging in.
That sounds a lot better than my.
Yeah.
Thompson, you get a shot.
Hey, you'll get a better feel for things too, because we're talking about adding a tracer round.
No, it's too high.
Tracer.
Oh, yes.
Shot.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so with this Atmos, we can bring that plane literally right over our head.
He's actually coming over really well. I don't know what's going on there.
So this is all that soundtrack.
Yeah, all of it.
All that. Are you able to see all that? On there. See, I like that the sound of like the metal like creating right there. That's awesome.
You guys still with me? Hey.
Yeah, this is what I think is good. We'll knock the music out here.
Gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
It's just this.
Yes.
その方向から来たように聞こえた。ソロ見つかろう。
Mitsubishi. Domo arigato gozaimasu. Mr. Roboto. Yeah, so with that, we can have like tree branches.
Yes.
It's all way back. Oh, yeah, you can really
see that.
You'll see tree movement. And yeah, we'll play around with the ambient light. Actually, we're talking about figuring out where the moon was in real life on that day. And if it was visible, like, we're going to emulate the lighting for an actual, was it gibbous moon or whatever.
Get out of here.
The lighting, so however that would illuminate that area of the jungle.
Okay, great.
You can really feel the river like around you.
This one. Oh.
So, there'll be the leader pops around first. So he'll be like,
Okay.
So originally I had Lieutenant Kane firing first, but I'm like, I can't do it first. I'm gonna have him fire a second.
Yes.
So have the Japanese, the leader go, "Ha!" So he fires first, and then the other two pick up on it, pop, 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 pop.
Yes,
And then he returns fire.
Okay.
From there. But you'll see that on the visual.
I just want to ask Edward,
He's
have you ever encountered this where it hangs?
There he is.
What?
Yeah.
You missed that.
I missed the whole thing.
I knew that was going to be
the best. Oh, dang it! God, you're fired!
Sorry, Rob. Damn it. God damn it.
I'll start doing a Yosemite Sam. You rats and fraggle flea-bitten varmint!
There's some behind the scenes stuff for you. Let these fans see what he really
Rats and
like.
frazzle, wriggle, fraggle, flaggle, flea-bitten varmint!
I can't see anymore.
And then this is on fire.
Yeah, see, this part I couldn't really
You didn't
make
know
out
what was going on.
here.
That's the flames of the remainder of what's left of the cockpit on fire.
Oh.
See,
Oh, I
that's,
see.
see, that's the turret right there, and that's so you're looking at the. Yeah, you can't really tell in this picture, but they're walking away. In the background and the foreground is the burning.
Okay.
The burning plane. So the sound of burning.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we've got a decent idea of what's going on.
Yeah, really good. Excellent foundation.
Yeah.
Upon which you can certainly build more.
I can't wait to start. I mean, when the voices are in, then everything's just going to be...
Yeah.
Going
Well, that's tomorrow.
Hey, boy.
Tomorrow's the voices. Awesome.
Seed is our effort to take all of my research over the past couple of decades and to put it into a mainstream television production that can literally reach millions of people. And this has only been made possible by our supporters over the years. And again, I can't thank you enough. You know who you are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you'd like to see this project continue beyond the teaser and you'd like to sow into Seed as well, you can do so by clicking the link in the description below. If you click on that link, it takes you to the main page of our website, and there you can scroll down and you'll see right away there are several options for you to check out. If you're unfamiliar with the project, you can click on the Seed development, read the general overview. If you'd like to read what happens after the teaser, you can click on the PDF here and read the first script in the series for free. And if you missed the audio drama we did back in 2014, you can click on there. You can click to get on our email list, check out our previous Seed updates and blogs to see our recent progress. And if you want to know about our research, you can click on that link right there. That will take you to our Seed store, where you'll see right at the top here I've got our the first 4 scripts of the series put together in a book and several different versions of it, sort of a basic version, a special edition version, and a limited collector's edition version, numbered and signed by me. And of course we got other Seed merchandise you can check out there, and then you get to the section of the research behind Seed. If you want to know what Seed's about, well, here you go. It's pretty much anything I've written about, done conferences about, talked about on my YouTube channel and radio shows, and all of those resources are available here on our Seed website and various package deals that you could take advantage of if you so desire. Now, going back to the main page, keep scrolling down. There's a video, What is Seed? It's a video I did back in 2010 explaining the project, other parts of the project, the comic book, the fiction novels, the video games, of course the TV series, the goals, where we are in our fundraising, and finally get to where it says Be a Sower. This is how you can contribute to the project if you so desire. If you believe in what we're doing, then you can get behind us by clicking on any of these 4 links right here. If you want to pay by PayPal or credit card, you can click on option number 1. If you'd rather send a check or money order, you can click option 2. If you'd like to contribute with crypto, you can use option 3. And if you want a tax-deductible contribution you can write off, you can click on option number 4. Now, we are not a 501c3, but we are sort of underneath one as a subcontractor with Mountain Movers International. So if you click on that link, it takes you to the Mountain Movers PayPal account, and there you can make a contribution. Mountain Movers takes 8% and an admin fee, covers the credit card fees, as well as helps to support their ministry. So if you want to read more about what they do, you can go to mountainmovers.org, see what they're doing, and 8% of your contribution goes towards helping them, or about 5% after the credit cards get their cut, and then the rest they send to us at the end of the month. So if you're looking for a tax deduction for the end of the year and you believe in what we're trying to do here, you can use option number 4, or if you just want to contribute another way, use one of the other 3 options. Either way, we thank you, and stay tuned for the next seed update coming soon.